Out and about, getting around some of the stables, doing a Barastoc Dash. Catching up with Abby Sanderson. Firstly, Abs, welcome back to Campbell's Comments.
Thank you.
A little bit of fun today, and we will say Ryan may have won, but it's not official just yet. But I want to catch up with you, a young person. Half the reason I'm doing these Barastoc Dashes is to, I suppose, brighten it up for people in the middle of winter. It can be a bit of a grind. Firstly, how's it all going?
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. It's good. A bit cold, but it's fun.
You enjoying it? This is what, your third season of driving. This is probably the first full year you've had, because you're still doing schooling the last 2 years, weren't you, prior to that?
Yeah, I've had school the last 2 years. This is my first, full one, and working too, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the highs and, lows are lows, but I enjoy it all.
What do we say, 47 wins so far in prox. Would it be 2 years? No, you only started driving right towards the end of the season, so be still under that 2 years, which is pretty good. You must be happy with that. Yeah,
I'm super happy. I've gotten a lot of good opportunities that I'm very, very thankful for, and I've had a better start, really.
Yeah, today, like anyone watching this, it's a Thursday. You've got Mildura tomorrow. Mildura just seems to be this great, I suppose, building ground, if you like, for young drivers, want to learn their craft, but to get a good book of drives. I think you got 7 tomorrow. It must be good knowing that you're going to get the support from the people up there, sort of nearly week in, week out.
Yeah, it's good. Like, if you keep going up every week, your name's there, and they might pop you on, and especially with the concession claim, and it's been great, Mildura, for getting drives.
You drive a lot for Julie Douglas, Glenn, Eric, and Roma, even the whole team there. And I've seen it sort of firsthand. They put you on nice horses, but they give you a little bit of advice. But I suppose that's your next challenge, is probably getting some more drives from some more stables. It's one of those tricky things. It's very competitive, isn't it, to get drives for young drivers?
Yeah, that's right. And obviously Douglas has been great, and they put me on, and it's helpful when people see that you're going to a meeting and whatnot, even if it's just one. So if I keep going to the tracks and people see I'm there, and then hopefully I can pick up a few more.
Some of the challenges, and it's one of those ones I know firsthand. We put you on a little horse, B Little, and he was actually having his first run back from about 6 months in the paddock, and you did nothing wrong. Unfortunately, then the next start was at Maryborough, and you were down on two horses, and John Tormey, just up the road, they'd been looking after you, so you sort of stick loyal. The drive then goes, and Eva Justice got the drive. Ryan's smirking behind there again. She ran second, so we were then obligated to put her on, and then the next start wins, and you sort of miss out on that one win. How do you combat that as a young person in the sport? Like, you're not sacked from us, but we can't sack Eva. Eva's like, so how do you handle that side of things?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always going to happen sometimes, and it's unfortunate, and it can be a little bit frustrating when it does. But at the same time, as it's going to happen, and there might be a chance again later on in the future to get back on that horse or something, and it's always good to stick loyal, but it happens, and when it does happen, it's frustrating, but you never know what will happen.
No, that won't be the only occasion, and you're not sacked from us. I think Eva's gone for an overseas trip, and we haven't used a junior driver since, but that part does happen. But do you look at the gallops sometimes and you see the jockeys just chopping and changing and all the rest, and sometimes think, geez, it'd be nice if harness racing could be a little bit the same?
Yeah, and then a lot of jockeys are on a lot of different horses, and they don't always have the same one every week, so it's weird.
It is weird. What are your goals, Dale? Obviously you're in your second year. I would imagine outdrive your claim would be number one. But as far as the industry goes, what are your goals in the sport?
I really, obviously my goal is just to, be a better driver, and look up to the females like Karen Manning, Ellen Tormey. They very rarely drive a bad race, and they're just tactical out there. I'd just like to be able to be as good as them, and then win a few more races and outdrive my claim.
Do you want to travel? You've got great roots in Queensland and New South Wales with family and friends and plenty of people. Don't know what that was you just said, but is that something that you'd like to do, like travel interstate, maybe even to New Zealand or something? Is that on your radar, or is it just at the minute consolidate yourself here in Victoria?
Yeah, I'd love to travel. Probably at the moment I'll just stay here. But you know, I like to go maybe to, you know, if Dad's got some in it. If he goes to Sydney or something, I'd like to travel up there and with them and stuff and drive a little bit. That'd be nice. And you know, I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. Probably not just yet, but eventually, hopefully, I will.
A couple of trips to Wagga too. You were at Wagga last Friday. It's a long trip, but it's very rewarding when you get the chockies.
Yeah, it is. Wagga's a really nice track, and you know the people are good, and been there most times for a winner. And unfortunately, last week we didn't. It was a bit of a longer trip home, but that happens.
Dad, how many horses Mum and Dad got in work?
Like 20-ish around there.
You're telling me you harness them all up. That's why you were going to beat Ryan, and you can't remember how many there are.
Well, there's changes. Some are sacked, some are coming, it changes every week.
All right, Dol. Well done. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for having a little bit of fun. You want to say one thing, you can say as many things as you want. This is Campbell's comments. It's not scripted, so you can say anything you like.
I would just like everyone to know that Ryan is slow, and I'm usually not that slow.
He got in the car. And had to get back in, and he still beat you.
Yeah, I let him have a sleep in this morning. I probably shouldn't have. He had a good night's sleep. I should have won.
You should have won. You're upset about. You actually are upset about this, aren't you?
Yes, because I did my breastplate up to my cropper.
It's quite funny. Stay tuned, watch it. A little bit of fun. But Abs, thank you. Continue doing what you're doing in the sport. Stay in the sport too. That's one thing I want is young people to stay in the sport. So please stay in the sport and continue to make it a better sport. Being happy. You're always a great interviewer, Trots Vision and the like. You're always very happy after you win a race. Hence the reason she's not that happy, because she actually lost the race, the Barastoc Dash. So she's not actually that happy, and here he comes again. It's going to be a long drive to Mildura tomorrow night when I post this video tomorrow, and you're sitting there watching. I reckon it could be on replay on the Apple Bluetooth.
I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to go with someone else.
Thanks, Abs.
Thank you.